Welcome back, beautiful souls, to Shine In and Out, the space where science meets soul, where we come together to explore what it means to live well, to heal deeply, and to shine from the inside out. Today's episode is unlike any other because it's not tips or hacks or even guest interviews. It's about a dream, my dream for the world. I want to take you on a journey through the vision that I hold, a vision of what life could look like if we remembered who we are, if we reconnected with what matters, and truly lived in alignment with both science and soul. So if you're listening right now, take a breath. Maybe you're driving, walking, doing chores, lying down, wherever you are. Let this be a moment to imagine with me. My dream for the world begins with this. I want people to feel safe in their own bodies. So many of us live in fight or flight, always bracing for the next demand, the next worry, the next to-do, constantly overstimulated. But what if instead our nervous systems were calm, regulated, and resilient? What if health wasn't about weight or restriction or recovery from illness, but about vitality, energy, prevention, and joy? I imagine neighborhoods where children grow up knowing how to breathe through stress, how to cook food that nourishes, and how to connect with others without fear. They have all the tools to get through the emotions that they will inevitably have. That's life. I imagine workspaces where rest is valued as much as productivity, where creativity flows because people are supported, not burned out. I imagine a culture where we stop pretending we're separate and start remembering that we can rise together, that there is enough abundance in this world for us all to be successful, for us all to fulfill our own definitions of success. Here's what excites me. This isn't just a silly dream. The science backs it up. We know that community is biologically necessary. Our brains are wired for connection. We evolved into the people that we are now because we had communication. That's what sets us apart from other species, that metacognition and the ability to collaborate in such an incredible way. And loneliness doesn't just hurt emotionally, it literally harms your health. It increases inflammation, shortens your telomeres, and accelerates aging. And we already know that practices like mindfulness, breathwork, and movement shift our biology in real time. And that's what I, as a scientist, am working to build the perfect protocol for all of us and get personalized. When we do all of these things, our stress hormones decrease, our heart rate variability improves, and so does our inflammation. When I dream of a world where we eat, move, breathe, and connect in the way that we were meant to, it's not a fantasy. It's a possibility. It's biology waiting to be remembered. It's our souls waiting to connect when our brains and our media is telling us that we are different, that we are separate, that we believe different things, and therefore we cannot be together. Healing doesn't happen in isolation. We're creating a divide that doesn't need to be there. And how much more powerful could we be if we made the changes together and compromised? Imagine if when you saw someone wearing a small pin or a necklace or a sticker or a hoodie with a logo, you knew instantly that they were open, welcoming, and ready to connect, that there's somebody that's growing and working to be better every day just like you are. Imagine if strangers became friends all around the world just because they shared the same symbol of belonging. That's something that we already do with religion and culture. When you see somebody that is wearing something, a cross like you, a yarmulke like you, anything, it makes you feel safer with that person because you know you believe the same things. First of all, it is nice to know when you believe the same things, especially when those things are the tenets of Shine In and Out. The desire to grow, the desire to be better every day, the desire to be healthier and happier and make the world a better place. I want it to be so easy to meet those people, to know who you will automatically be aligned with, and all you have to do is see that little symbol on them. So eventually I hope to make a clothing brand or something that we can do that with. But in the meantime, we've got our Facebook group, and the kind of community that I want to create is a movement where people recognize each other as allies in health, in life, in growth, in vulnerability, in understanding, and in love. My dream isn't about me. It isn't about you. It's about us and what we can create together. That's why I face my fears of public speaking and of being known. And yeah, being known is kind of terrifying because I love my privacy, but that's why I created Shine In and Out, because my purpose is bigger than my fear. And it's so unequivocal to me that this picture of life that I described is how it is supposed to be. That living in fear and listening too much to the ego is what causes all of this war and strife and division, especially in the political world right now. It doesn't have to be like that. That's why I created Shine In and Out. Through the podcast, through coaching, through books that I've written, and the videos that I try to share, I'm trying to plant seeds. Seeds of possibility, seeds of belonging, seeds of healing. I want this work to grow into something bigger, a community where we can be real and honest, and we don't need to wear masks. Not health masks, but the masks of who we think we have to be accepted in society. A place where people can share their struggles and know they're not alone, while also sharing practices and science and routines that helped them move past it. So that we all don't make the same mistakes over and over, but instead we learn from each other's, and the accelerated growth will be incredible. In this future, I dream of wellness spaces, places where people can gather to practice meditation, learn, focus on nutrition, explore biohacking, and most importantly, connect as human beings, as you really, truly are. So I'd like to ask you, what is your dream for the world? If you could change one thing, not just for yourself, but for all of us, what would it be? Hold your vision for a moment, because when enough of us dream together, those dreams become blueprints. They become movements. And if you're here listening, you're already a part of this one. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Thank you for holding this dream alongside me. I hope that you walk away today not just inspired, but remembering that change is possible. And that, in fact, small groups of people who know it's time to change are some of the biggest revolutions in history. Not only is change possible, but you can be a part of it. If this resonated with you, I'd love for you to join our growing community. You can connect with me through the Shine In and Out podcast, the website, on social media, and the app I'm trying to build for our Best Lives dashboard, as well as our community. I just want a form of social media that is real, is raw, is vulnerable, is sharing what works for us and what doesn't, and feeling like we're not alone on this journey and that we are finally understood. You can grab a free copy of A Little Book for a Better Life on my website as a companion for the beginning of this journey. And I hope that this dream isn't mine alone now, that it's ours, and together we can create it. We can send ripples out into the world and see the difference that we can make. Until next time, keep shining.